Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Indian Cowboy back with your 6 free winners. We're going to have 3 plays, 3 games that we give a selection on each game for. And these are for Friday, May 2nd. Yes, where has the year gone? We're already in May, and I see we got the Kentucky Derby even tomorrow. So before I get to it, I got take care of some housekeeping stuff. The boss made sure we promote the new Kentucky Derby betting guide. All you got to do to get in it is text the word Derby to 29022, and they'll send you a free betting guide. Now, it's not going to tell you who to bet, but it's going to break down each race and give you all that you need to know if you're getting better or if you just want to know about, hey, I just want to kind of have a glimpse at every horse. That's what this is. It's a 15-page guide, and it's 100% free. Also, if you want to get in on my Derby selections, and this, I don't just give out the Derby, I'm going to have 3 races, or you want to get ICs, all you got to do is use the Derby 10 promo code. That gets you 10% off. DERBY10, all one word, to get 10% off. Okay, I see. I know, been on a little run. I saw you. You've been been staying above water. That's what this game's all about. What do you have? Anything for Friday or Saturday to look forward to outside of the Derby?
We're excited about NBA, obviously. Hopefully the Clippers hang tough today. Hopefully that'll happen. But outside of our NBA selection, we're on a plus 5,000 run in hockey. We're staying above water in baseball. NBA is going pretty well, and of course, W is just around the corner, right? 14 days away or whatnot. And we posted on plus 6,000 last year in the WNBA, so we're hoping to have another this year.
Yeah, this is that time of year where we start. We get the CFL, WNBA, get some stuff that maybe you average people don't follow. That's what we're here for. You follow us, and you don't have to do all the hard work. Which, hey, if you want to follow those sports, you have to do a ton of handicapping to figure out, especially early in the season, who is where and who are the good teams. So make sure you follow us. All right, let's kick it off here. Let's talk Major League Baseball. We're going to do 2 Major League Baseball. We'll finish it up with the Game 6, which is probably a deciding game. Rockets and Warriors. We'll give that one out last. All right, let's start. Guardians and Blue Jays. Blue Jays minus 150. Total of 8.5, if I can read my handwriting right. And I think this is a pretty decent matchup. Better than what the odds say. I think this Guardians team they're always a one-run team. It seems like every game they play is in a one-run game. And we see Bassett on the mound. I'm guessing that's why they're favorite. 2.65 ERA on the year. This righty. What do you like in this one, IC?
Yeah, it's interesting. That's for sure. I mean, you have the Guardians who come off a 4-3 ball game recently, and now you have them here on the road. It is a team that has won 3 in a row coming in. Just when you think that this team is sort of out, you know what I mean? They're not playing very well. They take 3 or 4 from Minnesota, winning 3 in a row. So that's impressive. And they can be a streaky team, right? I mean, their whole game is phenomenal pitching and timely hitting. They had a moment where they won 3 in a row against the Pirates and took 2 or 3 from the Yankees, and then they went on a little lull against the Red Sox. So, it's a good opportunity for them to sort of step up here. Toronto, man, it's just a team that's 15 and 16. Sort of say the same thing. They look like they were going to be down and out, and then back-to-back big wins. I actually had Boston today. I didn't believe Toronto was going to win back-to-back games. And so, you have Allen hooking up against Bassett here. Now, Allen has not faced Toronto this year, but you got to like the fact that he went 4 innings, 9 hits, and 7 runs in his last game, and he gave up a home run. First home run he's given up all month after 4 starts. So I think he's got an opportunity to bounce back here. Same guy, they went 5-5-1 against Pittsburgh or 5-2-0 against Baltimore. And I like the fact that he gave up 2 strikeouts in his last game, too. I expect him to have a much better strikeout ratio tomorrow, too. So, and then you hop on over to Bassett, and 70% of the public seems to be riding Bassett here. As Toronto, he has, he hasn't, faced Cleveland either, but he comes off back-to-back games. He has a 2.62 ERA, but he comes off his back-to-back worst 2-game start. 8 runs in his last 10 innings, or 11 innings, if you will. He's been struggling after back-to-back games, 2 home runs in his last game too. So I think either you take, he's got to have a bounce back, performance here. At one point, he went 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs against the Mets. So I think you either got to take the under, right? Because I expect, but then the public's also on the under too. So I sort of think the value here is to back Allen, just because I think that you have Bassett who's just not in form right now. Allen comes off 7 earned runs in his last game as well. And I'm going to go over the value here. I just don't think Toronto's can win 3 in a row either. I'm going to take the value. I'm going to go with Cleveland.
Yeah, I like Allen here as well. If you scratch, and you can't do that, I get it. It's like the horse. If you just scratch his last start, it's like, okay, but if you do that, his ERA would be like in the high 2s, low 3s, and then this number would be much lower. This would probably be like minus 125 because Bats has actually had 2 bad starts, not just one. This Guardians team is just like they fight hard, they pitch well. I love their bullpen. And Toronto, I know 2 back, they had that huge comeback of 1 extra innings, right, against Boston. If you take that away, they have been really struggling. So I'm going to take I don't think Toronto should be this big a favorite against many people right now. I just don't believe what they did the last 2 is sustainable. Give me Cleveland plus the number here. Like you said, 68 to 70%, depending on what book you're looking at, is on the Toronto Blue Jays because they beat Boston in the last 2 games. So people think that they've turned it around. I don't think so. All right, we're going with your Braves the next game. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about our Premium and Premium Plus. You can get our Premium Plus here at YouTube. All you got to do is click the link in the description to get in. It's $19.99. And the only way to get that price is if you click the link on desktop because, these other, Apple and them charge fees, and they do pass that along to you guys. We don't get any of that. So make sure you get on that. It's $49.99 for the Premium Plus. IC, tell them what they get for the level 1 for Indian Cowboys plays.
Yeah, I mean, you get the video before anybody else. You get our YouTube premium product, and I tack on a prop usually, but I give 3 extra selections every single day. It's about 100 selections offered just $20 a month. You get a recorded podcast. You get a written summary at the end. You get that video before anybody else does. And which is awesome. The Premium Plus, so that's YouTube Premium. Premium Plus is amazing because you get 3 extra selections, which are premium selections from Doc's Handicappers, which is a $90 value per day. You're getting it for $49 per month, which is incredible. And that really sort of sets the tone for you. If you're thinking about a play, if you're not sure, I mean, for $50, you're talking about a little bit over $1.50 a day, and it'll push you over the edge with an expert who's thought about that game for you. And so that's a great product to have.
Yeah, $2,700 value. You get the IC included in that $49.99 as well. So you get level 1 and level 2 if you buy the level 2 Premium Plus. We got Dodgers and the Braves. Dodgers won 7 of the last 10. Hey, so have the Braves, but the Dodgers are minus 170, total of 9 in this one. I mean, I get it. The Dodgers are good, but this is kind of carried away on the road, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, remember Atlanta got clobbered by the Dodgers last time around, and they got swept 1-6, 1-3, and 5-6. Atlanta's going to be ready this game. I mean, they started off the year, couldn't start off any worse. They went 0-7 to the point where people, I think, were like, is this season done yet? And, they're 14-16 now out of the gates. They put together several big wins here. They had a bad loss against the Rockies as a minus 253 favorite. They did win the first 2 on the run line. So it's a good opportunity for them to bounce back too. The Dodgers, of course, started off red hot. Now they've come back down to earth a little bit, but they have won 5 in a row. They swept the Marlins, and I have to think Atlanta's going to be super motivated today. You have Yamamoto, who comes in with a 1.06 ERA. Yes, he gave up 1 run in his last game in 5 innings. He also gave up 4 walks too. He went 5-5-1, but I think he's been struggling a little bit more. That Pirates game, he does come off of a loss against the Pirates. But I think that if his strikeouts was also 5, which is one of his lowest outputs as well. I think he sort of comes back down to earth a little bit here. I think, that Pirate game, I think more and more teams are starting to hit him a little bit here. Holmes comes in here, 5 innings, 5 hits, and 6 runs against Arizona. He comes off his worst start. He had a great start against Minnesota. He had a great start against Philadelphia, where we had 4-3-0. But he's been giving up a lot of walks, which makes me a little nervous. But he is on a bounce back. I think the way you have to look at this game is you either have to look at Atlanta being an active dog, maybe sending this game over the posted total. That's a possible option. Or you got to maybe even look at Atlanta plus the 1.5. I think that's the other option just from pure value. I know Moto's sort of on a bounce back here. But yeah, I like the over first, I think, and then maybe even the Braves plus 1.5.
I like a little player prop in this one. I like, and I almost butchered the name here, Yamamoto, over 5.5. He's averaging over 7 strikeouts a game. His low is when he opened the year. He didn't go very long in that game, just 4. But since then, he's had 5 or more in every game. With also Texas, he had 10, 9 against the Cubs, and 10 against the Detroit Tigers. So I think the Braves will strike out at least 6 or 7 times. I think he'll get us over the strikeout total. If I was playing a side or a total in this one, I'd probably play the under. The Dodgers are on a huge overrun here. I think 6 or 7 in a row. So everybody in the public's on the over, but the total's really not that high. I would be leaning towards the under here. I think they're due for a game where they kind of struggle from the plate. I know the Dodgers have an explosive offense, but I would lean towards the under.
Then I'll take the Braves plus 1.5.
Yeah, I think the Braves are going to keep it close. I was thinking like 3-2 type game. So if you take the plus 1.5, it's 3-2. It doesn't really matter which team wins. You get the cover either way. I always like the plus 1.5 as a home team because they get that. If they're down 2 in the 9th inning, you get a runner on. They don't even hold them on. All of a sudden, you get the second. They might sometimes even let them get the third. Then you hit a meaningless fly ball and you score. You still lose by 1 run, but they.
Yeah, I like your analysis on the under in that game, or kind of it makes sense to me. So I'm gonna go with Braves plus 1.5.
There you go. There we go. So those are 2 baseball plays. Before I get to it to the NBA, don't forget, go to docsports.com/free60. That's where you can get our free $60 account for all new customers. So if you're new, you can check us out. And what can you do with that $60? It's just like cash. So you can go buy any of the individual plays. So if you want like an individual day sport, say NBA, Major League Baseball, if you want the Kentucky Derby, it's $30 per day per sport. If you do a props, it's $25, but all the other ones are $30. So you can try out, say, me and Indian Cowboy. Hey, you can get both of our Derby plays if you want on Saturday. But if you're an existing customer, just go to the grid and, of course, get in on our top plays. Okay, Rockets and the Warriors, Game 6. I actually think this is basically Game 7 for the Warriors because if it goes back to Houston, those fans are going to go crazy. I just don't think Golden State can win that game. Golden State's favored by 5 here, total 203.5. What do you like here in this one?
Well, I mean, Houston obviously is going to try to channel their inner Minnesota Timberwolves, right? Which is exactly what they did on the road against the Lakers, and they won. And of course, Michael Jordan's son got it done. Obviously, he's not Jordan's son, but I don't know if you listen to the internet theories. Anything can happen with Ant Edwards and what he's doing. But it's interesting. This total is at 203 as well because the last game Houston won 131-116, and that game was totaled at 203. Obviously, went to 247. Right, so it was way off. And the other game when Golden State beat Houston was 109-106. That game was totaled at 203, and it was at 215. This might be my premium selection tomorrow, but if you listen to this video, you deserve it. So that doesn't bother me because I haven't finalized my play. So technically, I'm not giving any play yet because I haven't finalized any play. So if you watch Craig and Arun, you deserve it. Yeah, I agree with you. This can't go back to Houston. You know what I mean? They have to finish this here and now, and they know that. And I think Houston is obviously with Udoka as their coach. Remember, Houston has lost both games at Golden State as well. And in fact, Houston's lost their last 4 road games. So I'm pretty sure they're tired of losing their last 4 the road games too. But at the same time, you can never ever go against the Warriors at home because funny things happen when the crowd is cheering. The refs start blowing their whistle more. I like the under here. I think that's the safer side I think that's safer, play to take. I think that the last 2 have gone over. I think they're going to play much better defense. They're going to let these guys play. I think it's going to be very physical. So I like the under here.
I'm going to have a top player prop in this game, either 6 or 7 unit. I'm finalizing it now. But I think if you're looking at the side in this game, you have to take the Warriors. Houston shot the lights out really the last 2 games. They won 1, lost 1. I mean, when you have Van Fleet, I think, hit 8 threes in Game 4 and still lost by 3, that tells you how good the Warriors are. The Houston can play like that and still win because they don't have much else. They don't have much else outside shooting. I think the Warriors will play better. Jimmy Butler, I think, will be a little healthier in this one. He wasn't moving great in 4 or 5. I'd take the Warriors -5. I know I'm surprised. I thought more public would be on this. And if more public was on it, maybe I would take Houston plus the 5, but only 54% of the public is on Golden State. So I think a lot of people are betting what they saw last, and that's Houston covering the last 2 games. They think, oh, well, they covered the last 2. It just doesn't work that way. I think the experience of Golden State comes through in this game. And I think the big 3, Jimmy Butler, Draymond, and Steph have big games. And I think there's going to be an unsung hero. It's either going to be Pachinski or Moody or Buddy Hield. I think one of them is going to have a big game, like 20 points, because they're going to get a lot of open shots as they double Curry. Give me the Warriors -5 as our third free play, my third free play. So that's your 6 free plays for Friday's action, Friday, May 2nd. Don't forget, May 3rd is the Kentucky Derby. Go over there. If you want that Kentucky Derby betting guide, text Derby on your phone. Text the word Derby to 29022, and you'll get a free link sent to you to get in on that Derby betting guide. And then if you want my top plays or IC's top plays, all you got to do is go over to the grid. Under the grid, look at horse racing, get in it. It's $30 per day. I have an Oaks card on Friday and a Derby card on Saturday. Friday, I'll have 2 races. Saturday, I'll have 3 races. And you can get either one of ours by checking that out over there. And I do that promo code. What was it? Derby 10 saves you 10% off, and that's good all the way through Sunday. All right, guys, have a great winning week. IC, thanks again for joining in. We'll be back on either Sunday night or Monday night to have Monday or Tuesday. We'll kind of look at the schedule because, of course, how these NHL, NBA, like what games we're going to have to bet. I don't want to just give out 3 MLB, so we'll try to make it a day where we at least can have 1 NBA play in there. All right, guys, have a good one. IC, thanks. We'll see you. Hope all your bets are winning ones.